So one of the things that people are doing incorrect when they do kettlebell swings, like I said in the beginning, is how you load. And when I say load, I'm talking about load the backside. So if you are bending like this, you're loading your back and not so much your glutes and your hamstrings. It's almost like a squat where you're taking it back like that, right? So I'm essentially taking it back like so. And if you look at the side profile, see how my toes are coming off the ground? That's how far back I am stressing this. At that point, you are loaded in the hamstrings and the glutes. Fun anatomical fact, 70% of your explosive power on the backside is the tie-in between the glute and the top part of the hamstring. The other 30% is down here. Yet you'll see a lot of people in the gym doing hamstring curls. So they're jacking up this 30%. Meanwhile, this part here doesn't do much. Your hamstring, so like for women, and I'll talk about, I mean, it's for everybody, but mainly you hear this in women. Most women that I have come across would like a shapely butt, that athletic booty that just won't quit, yay, all that good stuff. And they can do all the butt exercises they want in the world. If the butt does not have a shelf to sit on, the butt falls off the shelf. And what is the shelf? The shelf is the hamstrings. So if you aren't loading these hamstrings, if you aren't training these hamstrings, but you guys have been in the program now for a while, you're training the hamstrings. But the hamstrings here, my hamstrings are loaded. They are locked and loaded. I am in this position, and it's almost like so think about jumping, right? So that, did you see how I kind of tossed my hips up? That's essentially what the swing is. So it's bang, you're literally thrusting forward. That thrust is what lifts your arms. It's what generates the power to lift the weight up. Now, in terms of what happens with your arms and your back and your chest, if you are swinging like this, see how my shoulder is now forward? Now you're putting a lot of stress on your shoulder, your neck, etc. You need to lock this. It's the swing. So when I swing here, I'm loaded, my shoulders stay locked. I'm doing the least amount of work possible with the greatest amount of power output. So what's ending up happening with most of you is you're working way too hard and not getting the same result. Kind of like West Coast swing, right? So if you are putting in way too much effort and you're like breaking down 5 rounds in, 6 rounds in, there's a problem going on. If you feel it in your shoulders, there's a problem. Because the weight that you're using, we're not using heavy weight. Like I said, I did all my swings with 53 or 70 pounds. Those are way heavier weights. But like for this, your 15, your 20, your 10s, your 12s, not heavy. But if you start to go this way here, you're stressing the neck and everything. You're like reaching forward. Now, the descent. With the descent, if your arms and shoulders are locked, you control that. Okay? And so also, this is gonna, I don't know how to make this, I don't know how to say this without being vulgar. But the descent needs to brush your crotch, right? Some of you are afraid to brush and you're swinging too low. You're stressing the back, right? So if you notice when I did it, I had a pop. Here, pop, pop, pop. If I do it from the front side, you see this. That's all I'm doing, is that. And I get to this point and I snap it up. Snap, snap. It doesn't go any further past that. But my arms stay, who said it? Your arms look like rope? Yes. My arms are like rope. All they're doing is they're just attached to the kettlebell. If I lift this with one arm, now my arm needs to be a bar so I can lift it. But if I'm swinging it and I have, so I'm going to do it with one arm, if I have my shoulders nice and relaxed, or my shoulders nice and locked, my arms relaxed, then that happens. I can literally move my arm in the swing. So, fun fact for West Coast Swing, if you all are dancing with arms that are like you're trying to swing previously, that's also why you have a lot of tension in your dance. In your dance, your arm should be like I swung that kettlebell. It should be nice and relaxed. I'm solid here. Solid here. We're good here. What if you're holding dumbbells and you have a 10-pound and a 5-pound banded together, but because kettlebells are sold out for eternity? Well, then you do the best you can, because you don't have man hands, you have Ali B hands, which are way smaller. So you grab it the way, however you can, but ideally, I think you would be grabbing both of them with both hands, yes? And it's pretty much the same thing. You're here, snap up, here, snap up, okay? So one of the things I did to speed up is I accelerated on the downswing. Think about it in terms of running, right? So if you've ever run cross country or whatever, and you were racing somebody up and down like a hilly terrain, when you are running up a hill, you're essentially like selling out to get up the hill, because you know on the downside you're going to let gravity do its thing. So essentially that's what you're doing here. Once you get to the height, you let gravity do its thing. What I like to do, if I want to go faster, is I will push the weight down. Right? So I'm here, push, snap, push, snap. But my loaded process is so badass, literally, that I can, and then pop it up. If you're not trained in the backside, if you do not have a strong backside yet, that is not for you. You are going to let gravity do its thing. Load, snap. Load, snap. Also, it helps if you screw into the ground, like we talked about with the squatting. You screw in, now you have that torque. So now you got everything popping off all cylinders. If you watched me before I moved to the side profile when I was doing the workout, when I went from swings to squats, my feet never moved. I was in the same position for both. So I set up in my squat stance. I screwed in. Snap, I switched to the squat. Boom. Nothing changed. My transitions were really fast. So there's a science to doing the thing that we do, but you don't really get that until you get the technique. So once you grab that technique and you can backload, the backload is huge. So here, so think jumping, think squatting, same thing, right? So you need to load the backside. Hi everybody, this is Jeff Mumford. If you enjoyed the content in the video, feel free to like and subscribe. Also, if you would like to join us every day for the live workouts on Twitch, head over to twitch.tv and set up a free account, and you can join us every day when we stream. If you're also looking to take your fitness to the next level, be it diet, nutrition, exercise, or mobility, you can head over to the website and get information about how to join our online personal training group on Facebook. Thank you.